Hello, I'm here today with Roger Thomas, my favorite insurance broker, and we have some questions for him. So let's get it started. First, Roger, how did you get into this business? What do you love about it? Where'd you start?
Yeah, so I originally I graduated from CSUN. I studied finance, and I wanted to get into the investment business, starting out as a financial advisor or a financial planner.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off at MetLife, at the financial planning division of MetLife in Westlake Village. And I got introduced to life insurance, and from then on I got introduced to the other parts of insurance as well, leading to property and casualty. And eventually I thought that the opportunity that I had with that I have with Farmers Insurance was a good one, because it allowed me to do both of the financial business and the insurance business. So that's kind of how I ended up as a farmer's agent.
Amazing. Okay. And at being a farmer's agent, do you just mainly do business and home insurance, or what other types of insurance do you help people with?
I do home, auto, renters, commercial insurance, workers' comp, pretty much most types of insurance besides health insurance. And I'm also getting into Medicare insurance as well now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you service clients all over California, correct?
California and Nevada.
Amazing. So there's a lot of people that can be helped by you. Okay, Roger, next question. The insurance climate in California has changed so much over the past year, especially. Can you tell homeowners, home buyers today, what are things that they need to know about the insurance industry in California?
Yes. So a lot has changed in the insurance climate in California. Up until about a year ago, even now, as a consumer, you're almost programmed to think of insurance from a price standpoint, where am I going to get the best deal? But now in California, you're almost lucky. You're lucky to get a company to offer you a policy. So I feel like priorities have changed, where before you can just call anyone and get a home insurance policy, but now many of the largest carriers have left California. When I say left, I mean they stopped offering new policies for homes in California. So you're limited with your selection, and oftentimes if you're in an area that is slightly higher than average fire risk, you're facing much higher premiums. If you're buying a home that's in a slightly elevated fire area, your chances of finding a carrier are less, and you're more likely going to end up paying higher premiums. So as a consumer that's in the market looking to purchase a home, you want to start early with shopping for insurance. Usually in the process of getting a loan and finding all that, insurance kind of comes towards the end naturally. However, given the current climate, you want to start looking at insurance quotes early on, because that could impact your decision whether you're even going to purchase the home that you're looking into.
Right. I've had a few clients recently that when they went to make an offer on the home, they had to check to see what the insurance would be, and sometimes that insurance ended up being too much for them for what would be their monthly all in with mortgage and everything else, and had to let go of that house and not make an offer on the property. So Roger, how specifically can you help home buyers? Can they give you a call when they're ready to make an offer on a home, and you can kind of help them to figure out what the price of insurance would be on that property?
Yes, they don't have to wait until they're giving an offer. If there's a few homes that they're considering,
Mm-hmm.
they can give me a call and say, I'm thinking of buying this house or this house. Can you get me quotes? And I'd highly recommend it, just because very small differences in location or the history of the home's claims history can really impact the price, and it's just good to get started sooner rather than later these
That
days.
makes sense. So Roger's your guy to call when the time comes. With all the changes that are happening in California right now, I know at least farmers and maybe some other companies are not doing policies throughout the entire month each month, like they have a cap. Can you explain that?
Yes. So most companies, I'm not going to name them all, but these are all companies that you've heard of. Most of them aren't offering policies at all in California for property insurance. However, some companies, like Farmers, are allowing, for example, with Farmers, we're limited to 7,000 policies statewide in California. And
Every month.
Every month, correct. Every month. And I believe this started either in July or August. And in August, it took about 20 days to reach that mark. Well, in September, we hit it in less than 10 days. So after the 10th day, we can't offer a farmer's home policy anymore. However, we're not limited just to farmers, so we can still get you a homeowner's policy. It's just different companies are taking different actions to lower their costs and mitigate the risks that they're facing. So I'm happy to still be able to offer policies where a lot of companies, they're just not offering any policies right now until they get the rates that they want.
Amazing. Yeah. That's a big change, and it's just all those companies leaves so many people that need insurance that are limited are now going to farmers and others that only have so much capacity, right, to take these on.
Yeah.
So going back to just regular insurance policies and things people need to know, can you explain what an umbrella policy is?
Umbrella insurance is a very important thing to have because in case something happens where either you messed up bad, you got into an accident an auto accident where it's your fault, and it doesn't even have to involve injuring a person. It could mean if you got into a 5-car pileup and it's determined that you're the one that caused that. Typically, most auto insurance policies, even the good ones, might have 100,000 of property coverage. And if you see the cars that are in Southern California, you can easily pass 100,000. So it's just for if you ever have a really bad day, an umbrella insurance policy would make it a lot better.
So if you don't have one, you should get one, and you should call Roger. Okay, Roger, next question. What steps do people need to take before they file a claim? I've heard that it's good to take pictures of the stuff inside your house, things like that. What would you recommend?
Absolutely. For anyone that gets a homeowner's insurance policy, it's highly recommended that you do a video walkthrough of your home. This way, if there's ever a claim, you have everything documented. It's a lot easier to show the claims department what you have if you've documented it ahead of time. One thing I want to mention, given the current insurance climate in California, right now is not a good time to file small claims. Insurance companies are finding different ways to mitigate their risks, and one of that is they want to insure risks that they prefer, including people who don't often file claims. So you're better off not filing small claims in this environment because you can risk being non-renewed or being severely surcharged on your next renewal. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't file a claim if something drastic happens. And to be best prepared for that, you'd want to take pictures of your belongings or a video walkthrough. That really helps.
What about insurance for people that have their own business that they work out of their home? Is that something you would help with?
Absolutely. So it depends on the nature of the business. Some businesses you can very easily cover with a small endorsement on your home insurance policy. For example, if you're a music teacher or if you have a small office, maybe preparing taxes at home, it's something that you can cover with your homeowner's insurance, but you need to let your agent know that you are operating this business because it is an optional thing that you have to choose when you're getting your homeowner's insurance. And the cost is negligible. Now, some businesses that you're operating from your home might not fall under this situation where you would need a separate policy. And that's definitely something I can help with. And for most businesses, just getting that liability coverage isn't really going to cost that much. If there's a lot of property value involved with the business, again, your homeowner's policy will provide very limited coverage for business-related property that you have at your home. So you do want to get a separate policy in that situation as well.
That's really good to know. Is there anything else that you'd like people to know that we haven't already covered?
Well, in regards to the just the overall climate right now, just know that insurance agents and insurance brokers, we're feeling this too. It's not an ideal cycle that the industry is going through. And I know it's very frustrating from a consumer standpoint, but I guess just be a little patient with us as well. We're trying to do the best that we can, and the reason I say this is because we're seeing customers facing anywhere from 20% to 200 to 300% increases on their homeowners renewals, and these are not people that filed claims or did anything adversely to affect their rates, and I know these conversations can be frustrating and challenging, but know that us as agents, we're also in it together. There's all types of restructuring happening with companies, with compensation, so it's a tough time for everyone right now in the insurance industry in California.
Yeah, that's some good advice and good thoughts. I did think of one more question. For those that can't get insurance policies, what do they do? Is there some other backup?
For home insurance?
Home insurance, yeah.
So there is a last resort option, which is called the California Fair Plan, which is it's a policy that will meet your lender's requirements. It'll get you the loan. However, it's not an ideal policy to have by itself. It doesn't cover things that traditional home insurance covers, like theft or certain types of losses, like any type of water-related loss. It just covers fire and a few other basic perils. But so typically, you can get the California Fair Plan policy. However, I'd highly recommend getting what's called a wraparound or a supplemental policy to cover the things that traditional homeowners insurance covers, but the Fair Plan doesn't cover. So essentially, you'd need two policies instead of one to cover the same things.
So, for example, if somebody couldn't get the normal homeowners insurance through you, but they could get the California Fair Plan, I guess, for that major fire insurance, could you still do a wraparound policy for people?
Oh, I sell the California Fair Plan.
Oh, you sell the
I sell the California Fair Plan policy and the wraparound policy.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it's, you can get it. You can get everything through me, basically.
Perfect. Okay, Roger, well, thank you so much for your time today. Can you please tell everyone where they can reach you?
Yes, you can reach me directly at 818-338-6701 by phone or text, or you can send me an email at rthomas3@farmersagent.com.
And will you say the thing?
At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.